So this is an interesting one, and one that I haven't filmed before. I started to ages ago, and then I don't know, kind of hit a point where I didn't feel comfortable with it. But after doing a lot more AW since, I've since taken it apart, as you can see. This hub, as some of you may recognise from the designs, is the Sturmey Archer SW. Now I've got a 1957 variant here. It was only in production from 1954 to 1960, and it was designed to actually replace the AW, but that never happened. That was mainly down to wear of the pulls, wear of other components that made for bad shifting, and what's it called? Skipping in under load in the neutral and high gears. It was designed sort of to be a slightly more efficient, quieter, wider ratio hub, but yeah, unfortunately it failed. And I've got one. I don't know where it came from, but I want to put it back together. Not build it into a wheel, but just have it. And yeah, I thought it was interesting to take apart and see what it's actually made of. It differs from the AW, obviously in this main mechanism body. The hub shell is also slightly smaller. The driver, however, is very similar. Very similar. There are slight differences, as you can see, side by side. And the SW actually has a spring that goes around it. But yeah, they're very similar, but there are a slight difference. That's the AW. This top cup on the AW and top cup on the SW. Again, smaller in diameter, different pull shapes. And whereas the AW has spring-loaded pulls, the SW has these moon-shaped, self-reacting, is that the right word, pulls, which sit inside the body and kind of rock, which is where a lot of the wear came from. These ones look badly worn, so they're not gonna be ridden. But they can wear on the edges, they can wear internally, they can wear on the backs. I don't know if you can see the shiny parts on camera there, but yeah, they wear quite bad. And the other main difference is the AW had 4 planetary gears, whereas this one, the SW, only has 3. So yeah, I want to put this back together. The only footage I actually had of it before was only taking the driver and the clutch out. I didn't actually get any of this main body taken apart on camera, but it will pretty much be obviously the reverse of how I put it back together, if I can put it back together. It's a giant jigsaw puzzle. I don't know how complicated trying to seat these pulls is going to be. And if you want to know any more on this hub, I'll include a link to Sheldon Brown's video webpage, which documents a heck of a lot about this particular hub, and the reasons why it failed and things to look out for if you have one. So I'm going to leave it there with the talking, and I'm going to get to rebuilding. Well, ain't that just typical? This camera's got a 20-minute runtime on it for filming, and I went just past the 20 minutes. It seems to run. Unlike the AW has a distinct tick when you spin it. This one kind of has a rumble. So the gear selector's in. Gear selector, the indicator rod is in. As I said, 2-part. Or I don't know if you even saw that because of the footage. This end section on the non-drive side is just a rod. The other side is a long indicator spindle with a chain arm. And when it's connected together, you can tell what gear it's in by how far out the axle it's sticking. Obviously, all the way in is your lowest gear, all the way out is your highest gear. Oh, it does select. You can just feel it from spinning around there. Highest gear. That's a miss gear there. Just pulling out a little bit. Selected another gear. And all the way out is your lowest gear. So it does select, which is good. I'm glad that works. Yeah, you can feel the resistance change as well when you do that. So, I don't know. That's a working hub. It does work. I can feel it change the gear. I can feel it change the gear as the indicator is moving. Whether it actually works on the road, who knows? But yeah, that's a rebuild of that. So I hope you enjoyed it. Just a quick one. This teardown was obviously the reverse of that. And as I said, if you're going to do anything like these hubs, if you lay everything out on your table next to you, the way it comes out, the right way up, it comes out, so you're always working from the drive side, it's a lot easier to put that together. And then just cleaning it all carefully. If you want any more information on the SW hub, then definitely check out the Sheldon Brown website, or Jack might be in the comments to answer your questions. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that like button, notification button, and I'll see you in the next video.